All right, what's up, Duck Hunters? We're back, and this time we've got an exciting one for you. Because we're going to talk about how to actually acquire your first corporate client, right? Whether it's a vacation rental client or just a traditional corporate client like Visa, Dell, Apple, etc. Yes, you can work with those companies and represent them, and it's actually way easier than you think. I know you guys are going to love this video. I've been listening to all your requests. So Shannon, I hear you loud and clear. By the way, Shan Love, just hang on in there for a little longer. The mini course is on its way, so just hang in there. It's almost done, okay? And I just want to say to the audience right now, you don't need to work with corporate clients in order to kill it with apartment locating, right? This is just a really super easy way that I found personally to lease a whole ton of apartments very, very fast and very easily, because the corporate clients that we work with, whenever you acquire one, they're always super qualified. And they're actually serious about leasing immediately, right? So they're not going to tell you, they need 10 units for their 10 employees on this date for the max budget unless they actually needed it, right? So the beautiful thing about working with a corporate client is that you can basically like blanket lease 10, 20 units at once without worrying about them being qualified, right? So that's the difference between residential, and there's tons more money to make, but it's not a requirement, right, guys? So don't be afraid that you need to be able to represent corporate clients in order to make 5 digits every month with apartment locating. It's really not the case, right? Like, for example, if you're Magic Mark, I know you're watching this video. By the way, guys, Magic Mark's at 30K for December, right? So he's killing it with residential clients, right? So there's no need to work with corporate clients, but let me teach you guys how to make a ton of money anyways. And Magic Mark, hopefully this video helps you get up to 50K for December. That would be sweet. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so I can't drop exactly everything step by step on what to do with the processes and on how to acquire a corporate client, obviously, because that would be like dozens and dozens of videos, but I will be able to briefly tell you exactly what to do. We're going to talk about 3 critical aspects on how to acquire a client, 3 different techniques, 2 of which are actually paid, and then 1 of them is going to be free. We'll talk about the differences here in just a second. But in this one video, you will be able to acquire your first corporate client if you just do what I say and pay attention. All right, so the first factor we're going to talk about is targeted paid ads, right? So the first platform is Google Ads, right? When you target a Google ad in a specific and strategic way, you can actually attract a corporate client in the best way possible, right? So the paid ad techniques we're going to discuss are actually the best ways that I have found to attract corporate clients of all kinds of types, right? Not just vacation rental clients, but traditional corporate clients that just need help with like the relocation of their employees, for instance, right? Which is the best kind of client in all of apartment locating. So let's talk about Google Ads, right? Google Ads is, unfortunately, it's a giant beast, right? So it's very, very complex. Google has tons of marketing platforms and products, right? So it gets really, really overwhelming, right? People have made whole entire courses over Google Ads and how to do it efficiently. So we're only going to talk about what's relevant to us for apartment locating, for acquiring corporate clients, right? But the first thing you would do is you would sign up for Google Ads. This is one of the paid methods that we're going to talk about, right? So then let me sort of walk you through this, and I'm trying to do this as quick as possible, right? So you would go to just type in Google Ads on Google and then go to Google Ads, the link. And so sign up for an account. It's pretty self-explanatory to do that. You would just do start now, right? And then you would just go through the process and then start an account for Google Ads, right? So then you would sign in. And I can at least show you what the dashboard looks like. I'm going to try to show you guys as much as possible with being conscious of the time that we have for this video. All right, so this is what the dashboard looks like once you actually have an account. This is just like a test account that I have right here. But you would come down to the campaign tab, and then you would do new campaign, right? And so this is where you're actually going to make an ad, right? And there's tons of different options here, right? So when you go to these Google Ads, all of these right here, these are called marketing objectives, right? And be familiar with the marketing objectives, because any kind of major marketing online, whether it's Facebook ads that we're going to talk about next or Google ads, you have to select the correct marketing objective, right? And this is sort of the goal that you're trying to do with your ad, right? So as you can see, there's ads for sales that you can run if you want to just get leads. There's website, there's product and brand ads, there's brand awareness. So you're probably asking yourself, what does it matter which one I choose? I'm just trying to get an ad out there on Google, right? And so it does matter because it's the way that you get charged, right? And the way your ad gets presented. So it's very, very important to do this correctly. And this is going to get overwhelming. Google Ads is a crazy beast. It took me a whole lot of time to actually understand it and how to implement it into my business correctly, right? But this is one of the best ways ever that I know of to attract a corporate client. So it's important that you pay attention. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to select. I've had a lot of luck with the leads marketing objective, right? Because we're just trying to attract leads, or corporate leads that we can then convert into clients that we represent, right? So guys, if you had a great ad created but you selected the wrong marketing objective, then you might get charged more, right? And so it's very important that you select the right one. A fantastic ad could work wonders and be very, very profitable under one marketing objective, but if you select the wrong one, then it actually could be not profitable, right? And so then that's not good. So it's very important that you do each step right. And I go through this way more in depth in the course, obviously, where I have more time. But for now, I just want to let you guys know I had a lot of good luck with leads, because this is sort of optimized for what we're trying to do: collect leads for corporate clients and then convert them, right? And so I don't have time to walk through everything, but you would just do a search. So search ads are the most basic ones, where it's just like a link that comes up on Google. And so then you would select the search, right? And then you would go through all of the prompts here. You would select either website visits or phone calls, right? You could do either one. For me, it's better. I like to do website visits, because then I send them over to something called a sales funnel, which is like my website. So it's not like a traditional website. I teach in the course that like you should never ever in any business be using any kind of traditional website. You should always use a sales funnel, which converts way better. So then you can connect like some sort of like an automatic email list builder, text builder software onto your sales funnel, which is very easy to do. And then you can start building like your organic email lists and text lists, right? So I teach all that in the course. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off topic. But you would do website visits if you have a website or a sales funnel established. Or you could do phone calls and just get all the leads to your cell phone, which is what normal real estate agents do. So then you would choose one of those and you would continue, right? So then let's not go through all of this, because this is going to take a whole lot of time, a long time. But basically, the idea here with Google Ads is that what you would want to do is whenever it comes to start targeting your ad, what you would want to do is you want to target only relevant areas inside of the United States where vacation rentals, if you're trying to get a vacation rental client, is very, very popular, right? And so let's keep in mind we're trying to attract a vacation rental client, okay? So then what you would do is you wouldn't want to present a Google ad in Kansas, for say, right? If, like North Kansas, if there's nothing going on there, right? Because then you're going to waste money, right? So what you would want to do is you would want to cross-check Google Trends, which is a resource that's readily available to everyone. And so, we would go to like Google Trends right here, and then you would just type in like vacation rental or getaway and actually see in real time, because remember, the search engines like Google show you real data of what's happening. They're not estimations. And so we would go to Google Trend and type in like vacation, right? That's very popular. And so here it's showing you from number 1 all the way down which states are getting more traffic for the keyword vacation, right? And so Hawaii, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York. So all of these are very relevant. I would probably grab the top 10, which end at 80. So like Delaware, Kentucky, Florida, Ohio. These are all really, really good to grab. So then you'd want to test some ads with these areas as part of your targeting tactic, right? Another thing I would do is I would type in getaway, right? And these are just the keywords that have worked really, really good for me, right? So then getaway would be good. And then you would want to target the first top 10 states. And so now that the targeting is pretty much good, right? Remember, guys, it's just a brief overview of what I would do. So you would cross-check Google Trends. And then so now that now that our targeting is in the right location, right? Some other cities that I would target would be like Austin, Texas. I would target Boston. I would target Nashville, Tennessee. I've had a lot of vacation rentals go over there. Obviously Florida, like South Beach, right? Miami, you would target that as well. Ohio is a really good city that where vacation rental clients want to market in. And so I would put all of that in my location targeting, right? The other thing I would do with the Google ads is I would target by the age, right? So that you know that the decision makers of corporations that need your assistance are going to probably be over 25 years old, right? So I would do like 26 and up. So now that the age is targeted correctly and the location's targeted quite well, the third thing you would want to do when targeting for your Google ads is you would want to go ahead and make sure that the way you're being charged on your paid Google ad is by link clicks only, right? This is super important because there's basically two ways that you get charged, right? If standard is each ad gets charged by impressions, right? And so that's just how many times people see it. You want to select the right marketing objective that is optimized for charging you per link click. Okay, because the way we're going to write our ads, it's going to be obvious on who is going to click on our ad, right? So make sure that the way you're being charged is per link click, not per impressions. So I would make that change as well in my paid Google ad. So now that we have our targeting correct in the relevant cities and relevant states where we know it's relevant, and then we've got our age, 26 years old and up, so we got the age targeted correctly, and we've got the way we're going to be charged is per link click, not per impression. So we know that we're going to be charged correctly and everything's relevant, right? So now we need to start talking about how to create the ad, right? Which is very basic. You would just create an ad, and it doesn't even have to be a picture or a video ad. You would create an ad on Google, and the title should say something that is very, very clear and concise on who your target audience is and who you want to click on your ad. So in our case, we're working with vacation rental companies, right? And I've worked like mom and pop vacation rental company startups that just need like 5 units if ever. And then I've worked with large companies with like 400 plus units under their portfolio. So the thing is, it's all really the same thing, right? So in the title of the ad, I would probably write something very clear and concise and relevant that says, hey, are you starting an Airbnb business? Just because Airbnb is like the #1 top platform for vacation rental companies. So it's like you're definitely going to market on there if you're a vacation rental company per se. So I would do like starting an Airbnb business. We can help you for free, right? Or we can help you lease units for free, and that would be my title, right? And so then under the description, you would basically break down, hey, we're a brokerage firm, this is my contact number. We've been doing this. We've been in the market for years, connecting corporations to property managers and helping them lease units strategically, right? And so that's it. You could just literally copy and paste everything I just said into your description. It doesn't have to be rocket science here with your ad. The main part is not the most challenging part. It's actually not creating your ad. That's actually very easy, right? You're just, hey, are you starting an Airbnb business? We can help you out. We're a brokerage firm. We know everything to look for. We know all the profitable areas. We have connections with the managers. Reach out to us. We'll help you. And the best part is that it's free and you don't pay us anything, nor does it change your market rent. So your deal can stay profitable. It's very easy to create the ad. The hardest part with dealing with Google ads is selecting the right marketing objective, right? It's like, who's going to teach you this, right? And then you've got to select it right. Then you've got to target correctly, like with the age and the locations like we talked about. Then you got to make sure you're getting charged right. So that's the hard part when it comes to running paid ads on Google. It's not actually making the ad. That's actually the easy part. But if you focus on making clear and concise titles, then you know that no one's going to click on the ad unless it's a corporation that needs your services, right? So then when they do click on the ad, you get charged, but they know what they're clicking for, right? And so, guys, the cool thing about apartment locating in general is that we have such a super high profit margin, right? It's not like we're selling a physical product where we have overhead. It's like, hey, even if you spend $1,000 into this paid advertisement and it's like $1,000 worth of clicks before you get a real company that you represent, I mean, $1,000 is tons and tons of clicks, right? And the best part is, the funny thing is, I feel like I've been the only one running paid ads. I don't know if this is true, but it feels like I've been the only broker running paid ads in a targeted sense to where I'm trying to find corporate clients to represent. And so what I've noticed is that the amount of money that I'm getting charged per click is actually very, very low, because a lot of people aren't bidding too high on these broker related keywords. And so guys, just do this in your own city and 100% guarantee you're going to get a corporate client, is what I'm trying to say. Right? Okay, so then we've got our Google ad established, and we're sending them either to our sales funnel, which is going to turn into a web lead for us in a really, really efficient way, because we're utilizing sales funnels like with a company called ClickFunnels, and we're tying in like our email automation system, right? Which is, I use ActiveCampaign. And so that's the most efficient way to do it. But if you don't have that set up yet, or you want to wait for me to teach you later in the course, then just, send those leads to your cell phone. That's easier to set up anyways, right? And so when they click, it'll show your phone number and they'll call you. It's not that hard, right? And so that's how you do that on Google ads, right? It's very, very similar with targeted Facebook ads, right? The reason we bring up Facebook is because Facebook is the #1 visited social media site, like by far, right? And they own Instagram. And so when you run Instagram ads, it's all of that is done in the same ad process. If you were to run Facebook ads, you just check mark Instagram and then they post on both platforms. And so, the next thing we're going to talk about, the second factor, is targeted Facebook ads, right? Because guys, if you think about it, that relocation specialist that works for Dell or works for Apple, they're going through Facebook as well. It's a person, right? And so you would target both on Facebook and Google, and that's how I've been able to get like an outstanding amount of really high quality leads, right? And remember, like what I said before, we're apartment locators, so our profit, it's not like we're selling a physical product. Our profit margin is like basically 100%, right? Even if we throw $1,000 into these ads, right, and we finally get a corporate client, hey, if they lease 5 or 10 units, that's $5,000 or $10,000 or more, especially if they lease a 2-bedroom, right? And so, okay, you lost $1,000 because of your ads, but now you've acquired a corporate client that leased 10 units or 5 units or even more business in the future, right? And so it's like tremendously profitable. If you make $10,000 by running $1,000 in targeted paid ads, it's like $9,000 in profit, right? So that's really, really profitable, right? Especially compared to e-commerce businesses. That's why apartment locating is so freaking awesome, right? In general. Anyhow, so we're going to talk about targeted Facebook ads, right? So Facebook is a little more trickier. Let's just go to the interface. Facebook's more trickier because like their customer service is like really, really poor on purpose. Like you can't just call them up like you can Google and get help from like a live person. That doesn't really exist on Facebook for the most part, right? Like if they want to contact you, they're contacting you. You're not contacting them. So it makes everything a lot harder. So anyways, so make sure that you have a business profile here on Facebook, right? So a lot of people get confused, and when they're running ads, it's like a personal. You got to make sure it's business. So you would go to business.facebook.com, and then you would sign up, and that's how you make sure it's like a business account, right? Because you get way more tools that way if it's a business account. So anyhow, we would run a targeted Facebook ad, right? And then the targeting, even though the interface is a lot different from Google, it's all the same concept, right? So I'm trying to show you like how it looks like. But you would, create a campaign, create an ad set, create an ad, right? So that don't get overwhelmed. The campaign and an ad set and an ad, this is just organization, right? So like your ads, you can name your ad sets different things just for you to organize like neatly in your head. And then you can file those ad sets under campaigns that you can name, right? So it's all like organization, but you're running the same ad. So if you make one ad, it's going to be under the ad folder, which is organized under the ad set, which is organized under the campaign. So don't be overwhelmed. Like, what's this? What's this? What's this? It's just organization. It took me a long time to realize that. So anyways, we would just create a campaign, and then, follow the prompts. You would target on your campaign as well to like where you would want to, how you want to target. But if you look at this, I want you guys to see this. These are the marketing objectives, right? So it's like there's a whole lot more here on Facebook. And so remember, this is the complicated part, selecting which marketing objective is better, right? A lot of people run like, if you run like, for instance, this section here, the conversions, you get charged way more for this side, right? And then these two are way less expensive. And some of them, like for instance, if you did like lead gen or video views, a lot of the lead gen you get charged by impressions. So it's like if someone sees it, you get charged. But then if you just choose like traffic instead, or like a brand awareness or reach, then you can actually change it to where you get charged only if someone clicks on your ad. So that's kind of the main thing here. We need to choose the correct marketing objective, so where Facebook is actually charging us only on people that click on our ad, not just see it, right? Or not, it's not profitable in my experience. And so, you could do a lead gen, but I don't like to do a lead gen, even though that's what I'm trying to do, because I get charged by impressions. So I would do like a traffic. And with traffic, I would optimize to only charge me when people click on my link, right? So this is the hard part, is targeting. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry I can't walk you through every single step and hold your hand. I do in the course, but it would take so long. And like I said, people have made whole entire courses on Facebook ads in general, like in its own topic. But anyway, so select the right marketing objective. It's going to be traffic. You would continue on, and then you would target, right, like the age. You would target the locations that you can just import and select by cross-referencing Google Trends. And then what you would do is you would make sure your ad is very, very specific in title and description, right? Maybe throw like an image on here, or something, just to make your ad stand out, or like a pretty video or something like that, and just say like, hey, are you a corporation looking to relocate your employees? Well, call us. We'll make the whole process easier, right? And then you can target, actually, Facebook, there's a lot more targeting available. So you could target like, only show professionals this ad that are in real estate, right? Or management related job titles. And so then it's like, okay, they're 26 years old or over, because you filtered for that. They're in these locations that are relevant. You're only showing them the management position titles, and then your ad's very clear and concise, and it says click here if you're trying to move your relocation services for your employees, right? And remember, you only get charged when people click on the link. So it's like, no one's going to click on the ad unless they need help with employee corporate relocation, right? So that's how you set it up. But I've had the most success by dealing with targeted Facebook ads, targeted Google ads. Those are the best. And the differences between the two paid opt factors that we just talked about, Google and Facebook, over the free that we're going to talk about here in a second, the difference between the two is that when you run paid advertisements and you target and you're trying to acquire corporate clients this way, then actually it's cool because they contact you. And so whenever you reach back to them and you have a conversation on how you can represent them, and help them lease some units, that conversation goes so much smoother when you're reaching back to them and they've contacted you first. So even though you do spend a little bit of money, right, in the paid version of attracting a corporate client, it's like everything's easier, because it's like, oh, hey, you called me, yeah, I can help you. And so then it's easier than having to reach out to them directly, even though that works well, it works as well. So that's how you do that, right, guys? Let's now talk about the free version of how you can actually acquire a corporate, like a vacation rental client, quite easily, right? So, it's funny, and you're going to kick yourself, right? Because it's going to be a really, really easy and basic concept. But I'm telling you guys, I feel like no one does this, especially as apartment locators, right? And so what you want to do is you want to pull up Google and then just straight up type in whatever your city is. If you're in Dallas, I would do Dallas vacation rentals, right? And then just look for the company websites. And so, for instance, if I'm in Austin, I would just do Austin vacation rentals, right? And so that's what I would do. And every realistic vacation rental company runs Google ads, or they have a website, right? Because they want to always lease in-house through their website, not on Airbnb if they don't have to, because that way they don't pay the fees, right? So the point is, there are going to be companies here, right? Look, so we just typed this in Austin vacation rentals. Look, Turnkey came up. I tried to represent them before, but they said no, unfortunately. But that's a short-term rental company right there, Turnkey, right? VRBO, no, that's a platform. So I would just go through here, I would just find, some vacation rental companies, right? Like, look, we just found one right here. I don't know who this is. ArriveLuxury.com, Austin Vacation Rentals, Arrive Luxury Vacation Management or something. Luxury locations in Austin for this special occasion. So this is probably some company, right? So I would click on here, and then I would write this down on Trello, right? So always have Trello open. This is the best way to take notes. And then, select the right board. So just create a board, and then now, you're here. So just like add a list or something, and then just title it like vacation, if you're looking for vacation rental clients, rental potentials or like leads or something, right? Add it, and then just keep on adding people to that, right? So it's like we just found this company, I don't know, arriveluxury.com. And so then, just like copy the URL and then just throw it onto your notes, right? And so this is the first step you would do, right? So then there's one that we found, right? And remember, the cool thing is all of this is free. It doesn't take you very long, right? And so it's like home to go, vacation rentals in Austin up to 75% discount. This is probably another one, home to go, right? It's like, what's this? So this one might be a vacation rental company. I would just throw that in there anyways, right? So then throw that one in there. Like we said, Turnkey is another one. They're like one of the biggest ones in the industry. And heck, I mean, they turned me down, but maybe you guys contact them, right? Who knows? So throw that one in there. Vacasa.com. This looks like one too. Professionally managed rentals. Yeah, whenever they say like professionally managed or like we check the rentals before we book it, it's definitely a vacation rental client. And then I would do this as well. So I would go here, vacasa.com. Here's another one. I would just copy the URL. And then, so you get the idea, right? So then just do that over and over again, right? When you've exhausted this key term, Austin vacation rentals, just say like book a hotel in Austin or something, right? Or it's like short-term rental Austin, right? Do different key terms and keep on finding these like weird little companies that aren't Airbnb, they're not HomeAway, and then you just keep on adding them to your list on Trello, right? And so, you would add another one here, boom, on Trello, add card. And so then now, once you've compiled like leads you did that for free, you would then jump on their website, right? So like jump on their website, whatever this is, go there. And what you would want to do is you would want to go ahead and contact them. So probably put help, whatever. And the goal here is to send them an email, ideally with a video attached, right? And so the best way to attach a video inside your email, because the video is the best way to communicate with people, period, is download this Chrome extension called Loom. It's free. It's right here, right? So LOOM, it's a free Chrome extension. You can record on your laptop, and then I would just talk to them, and I would give them a pitch on how you understand their market, and you can really help them scale because you have all the connections in your city. I would include that Loom video, which embeds perfectly, and it's visible and playable in the email. I would include that in the email template, right? And then I would just literally email whatever this company is, and all the other ones I find, I would email them and say, hey, the video can be like a minute long, right? It can be like, hey there, I came across you on Google. I'm a broker here, an apartment locator in town. I have wonderful connections with higher ups in management. I know what you're looking for. You're probably looking for longer than normal lease terms if you're okay with staggering the lease terms down. I know you're looking for urban core locations, probably no more than 2 miles around downtown. If you guys need a washer and dryer in unit, we can specify for that. I know you're looking for long-term connections and you want to grow and expand your portfolio. And I'm also licensed in San Antonio and down, because if you're a Texas real estate agent, you can work everywhere, right? So then you just do a quick little pitch for them, and then save that, and then keep on emailing these companies that you just for free find on Google. So that's how you do that. And guys, remember, all you need is one client like this, right? Maybe Vacasa or whatever this company is, maybe they do need help because it looks like they only have 11 rentals right now in Austin or so. And so maybe they do want to expand, right? And so you never know, guys. And remember, the cool thing about a vacation rental client, even though it's a little harder to pitch the idea and get the lease assigned over like a corporate client like Dell, remember, the beautiful part is that these clients want like infinity apartments. So if you represent them, okay, it's a little harder to close, I guess, but they're going to want you to help them find 1,000 units, right? And not just in Austin, in San Antonio, in Dallas, in Houston. So this is worth it, and give it a shot. And it's also free, right? So that's how you would do that for free, is you would just keep on looking on Google and then sending them, this emails with Loom, right? Like with the video right there. And so that's it. It's actually very easy, right? And remember, the cool thing about apartment locating is that we're not selling them anything. So it's like you're just trying to help them and then tell them, hey, listen, my service is free, by the way. Like, I just get paid a fee by the apartment where you sign. And it doesn't affect your bottom line, which is your base rent. I can also make sure you get concessions, right? So it's very basic. I teach you, I'll hold your hand and teach you step by step on what to send over, what the pitch should look like in the course where I have time to do that, because this video is already getting really ridiculously long. But anyhow, guys, that's how you would do that. And another cool thing that I have found, well, I guess that was the 3 that I was supposed to show you guys. I mean, what the heck, right? We'll just do 4. I'll show you another cool way, for the heck of it, right? So guys, if you just jump on Airbnb, and you can do this on HomeAway as well. I would probably cross-check HomeAway as well, but here's like a second freebie on how to, we'll just name this video 4 ways. But anyways, here's another little free method, right? If you actually look on Airbnb, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to find corporate names on listings, right? And so just do like a fake search. Just go to HomeAway, type in whatever your city is. So you would do like if you're in Austin, you would do Austin. Okay, so Austin, Texas stays, right? All right, so now, what you're trying to do here is don't filter for anything really, because the funny thing is like the pricing dynamic that these vacation rental companies use are so complex. So what I mean by that is like on the weekends it could be $300, $400, $500 a night, but then on Monday it could be like $47 a night, right? Because their weird like pricing dynamic software, it accounts a whole lot of things. It's kind of similar to like LRO or YieldStar. So it's like really like weird. So don't put any prices or anything. Don't filter for much. But what you do want to filter for is the dates, right? Because a lot of the times, remember guys, most of the business that these vacation rental clients get is they book weekends, right? So you don't want to look on the weekend, because then the listings aren't going to appear. So if it's November 1st right now, I would do like some weird day like Tuesday, right, where it's like most likely it's not rented. Don't do a date that's close to you, because a lot of people book last second. Do like next month on like a Tuesday, right? So I would just do like there to here, like 2 nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, save that, right? Because Tuesday, Wednesday aren't busy. And then that's it, right? So then now that you have that going, what I would do is most of the times these vacation rental clients, they book for downtown or very close. So then I would go to central or downtown of whatever city you're in. And then what you would want to do is you would want to go ahead and then look at, it helps if you have a fast laptop, right? But you would want to basically scroll into around downtown and then click on all of these listings, right? This is such a cool way to do this, because if you find like 1 or 2 companies, where it's like in a company name, then you can really just take a note of their name on Trello, and then you can Google them later and find their contact info, and then send them an email or call them, right, and ask for the manager, right? Because remember, what I teach in the course is that you're trying to talk to either a general manager for these vacation rental clients, or ideally like a vice president of sales. And the reason you do that is because those are the executives that are in charge of scaling and making the connections. So if you reach out to them and you're like, hey, I'll basically help you do your job for free, they're always going to say yes, right? But you wouldn't contact the owners, because a lot of the times the owners are like worried that they're not going to get the best deal possible, right? So then that's the trick, is you contact the manager or up to the VP of sales, and like no higher, right? I go into that later, but anyway, so you would want to go through these listings here downtown, right? And then you would want to just click on them, right? And remember, we're trying to get one client, right, guys? We're not trying to get a bunch of clients. We're trying to just get one corporate client, and then it's all worth it. So put in the time, and it's free. And so, click on these listings. I don't know why my computer is so unbelievably slow. I'm about to break this and throw it out my window and go buy a brand new laptop like within 2 hours. This is ridiculous. Anyways, let's see. So it's like Leslie and Elizabeth, and the thing is sometimes these vacation rental clients aren't corporations yet. Like I've leased to vacation rental clients that were just like a DBA, right? So like for instance, if you see that Leslie and Elizabeth have a lot of units downtown, maybe they just haven't incorporated yet because they only have 5 units, but maybe they still need help getting, leasing appropriate condos and apartments. So, reach out to the people that you see that are everywhere, along with, like, for instance, right here, it might be like, remember the example we had? It was like Vacasa or whatever the company was called, Vacasa. If this were to say like Vacasa or some weird company name, then take a note of that because like 99% chance that's a vacation rental client, right? So take a note of that, and this is a fantastic way to organically for free, find clients, right? And the best part is if you see like an interesting name, like a corporate name like this, and they have like 3 units like in your city, then it's perfect because they haven't expanded yet and they need help getting connections, right? Because 3 units or 5 units or 10 units, that's not a lot of units for a vacation rental client. So if you see them spread out with a few units, contact them, and then like of course they're going to work with you because your service is free. So guys, enjoy. I hope you enjoy this other free bonus way on how to get a corporate client. And remember, the differences are if you do this free way on how to acquire a corporate client, yeah, it's free, but it requires you to do a little bit of some manual work, of course, but it also requires you to contact them, right? So then that's why I teach on how to send the right email with the Loom video, and then what to say over the phone. I hold your hand and I teach that in the course, but this is how you can get it done, right? And so the conversations aren't that complicated. You would just call them and say, hey, let me talk to your relocation scaling or expansion manager, right? Like I'm a broker here in town. We offer a free service and we have wonderful connections with management. I think you would be a good fit for some buildings downtown. I just want to know if I can make the introduction. And then so once you say that, then they'll forward you to the VP of sales or whoever, right? And so there's like a sort of a process that I go in depth about. But this video is unbelievably long already. So guys, I hope you enjoyed 2 free methods and the 2 paid methods. And it's not that hard, guys, and all you need is 1 client. Represent a corporate client. Let me know your success. And let's get to this duck hunting. Also, one last thing. Check out this next video because then I basically in depth go over exactly what these vacation rental clients want to look for, right? So don't miss the next video, and it's literally everything they want. Everything you need to know if you're going to want to impress a vacation rental client to where you can be their exclusive locator and exactly what they are looking for. So don't miss the next video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one, duck hunters.